Welcome everybody to the Gen Z Sanctum.
You scared me, Nathan. Jeez. You start off by going, welcome. Anyway, continue.
Well, this is a new intro. Welcome to the Gen Z Sanctum. I am Nathan, hosting this week with my co-host Nathaniel, also known as Nate.
Dang, really? Okay. Yeah, no. Hi, guys. Okay, so you're hosting this week.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
We are talking about Pixar Animation Studios.
Wow. So, this should be interesting.
Yes.
Wonderful. But to make this episode even more interesting, I've got here a very small 375 milliliter bottle
of what looks like Windex.
To be honest, that's exactly what I thought when I saw this on the shelf. I was like,
oh, it's Windex in a fancy
drinking
bottle.
Windex now? No, it's Bombay Sapphire London Dry Gin. This stuff is 47%, so this should be interesting. And for a 375 milliliter bottle, it was about $8.50-ish. It's actually pretty good. So we're gonna not have much, but we're gonna have a little bit. Probably we won't notice at all. And why was a frickin' tad frickin'
Anyway, I am hosting this week.
There we go.
So, while Nathaniel decides to get drunk.
Oh, what in the frick does that smell? That smell? It smells like pine needles.
It smells like cologne to me.
Well, let's give this a little try. Anyway, continue to explain. I'll just hold on.
So, today we're basically talking about what's our favorite Pixar movie, how it all started, and where it has come today. It looks like water.
I poured it out of the... It must be the bottle, because I poured it out of the bottle. It's clear.
The bottle's blue.
The bottle is, like, very light blue.
So it's clear. It looks like vodka.
It must be... Yeah, it's gin, so yeah, of course. All right, and we're going to be talking about Pixar.
Yes.
And
about
specifically
the movies, how it started,
okay.
What was the first movie they came out with, and then, you know, so on and so forth.
Oh, that's smooth. That's right.
All right, one shot at it. No, I'm just kidding.
You want any?
No.
Okay.
I'm not having 47% and needing to drive home.
Oh. Hold on. Oh. Excuse me.
Said before the podcast, mix it with something.
Shut up. Second of all, shut up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that means I was correct.
Third of all, shut up. He was actually correct, though. I should have mixed that with something that's way too powerful.
The funniest thing is like, yeah, I'm going to drink this straight. I'm like, you're going to want to mix that with something. It's like, yeah, I'll be fine. Takes a shot of it.
I'll be fine. I take a shot of it. But we're not here to talk about alcohol. We're here to talk about Pixar.
Yes. Pixar Animation Studios. How did it all start? Well, I don't know if a lot of people knew this. I found this out when I was researching it.
Mm-hmm.
You know who basically founded Pixar? It wasn't called Pixar when it was first founded.
Oh, what was it called?
Let me bring up the notes again. But it started out, so Pixar began in 1979.
Okay, so
and it was founded by the George Lucas Group.
That's fascinating.
Which I found really interesting. It was actually, it didn't even make movies when it came out. It was a company to make graphics.
Right.
For the Star Wars movies.
So that means Pixar helped make the Star Wars movies. Wait, hold on. 1974, you said, right?
1979.
1979. Okay, I was going to say, because 1977 was when A New Hope came out.
Yeah.
So 79 would have been between A New Hope and Empire
Even though A
Strikes
New
Back.
Hope is technically the fourth movie, it was the first movie to come out.
Correct. There's a lot of argument in the Star Wars community about
like,
whether it's
the first movie
or
came out for... Well, no, it came out first. It's in the correct order, but when Star Wars came out, the first one was A New Hope.
That's true.
But they didn't even have numbers.
Yes,
then.
1977. It was just called A New Hope.
Yeah.
Star Wars: A New Hope. I have in my collection a VHS set of the of Star Wars, and when it scrolls
One
up,
all the way through
uh,
3 or whatever they did.
no, it's the first three. It's a VHS box set of New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, the original
Okay.
three, and A New Hope scrolls up as Star Wars: A New Hope, not episode anything,
Yeah.
just Star Wars: A New
Because
Hope.
when they came out with 1, 2, and 3,
Yes,
then the episode numbers came out.
that's correct. Like Empire Strikes Back was just Empire Strikes Back. It wasn't episode 2
No.
or whatever. It was just Empire Strikes
When
Back
they
and
got
then Return of the
1
Jedi. Yeah.
through 6 all together in the correct order, then they basically started calling them episodes.
Yeah, there was special edition. There's a special edition of A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi in 2004 that added episode 4, 5, 6 to the intro thing,
Yeah.
and a couple of other graphical changes that I don't know exactly how. But yeah, I also learned. You know that annoying intro, that very loud intro, the THX.
Yeah.
That's a Lucasfilm group company as well. So
Well, that's THX.
it's
uh,
specifically
it's specifically
in
an audio
yeah,
engineering company.
and they do a really great job.
Oh yeah, they're known for basically. You're like, well, what are you engineering? You're engineering how the sound basically makes you feel like you're in the movie.
True.
So 3D surround sound. I know it's not called 3D surround sound, but surround
Correct.
sound. They're basically engineering certain speakers to. So a certain number of speakers are going to play a certain sound very similar, but not as a mono. It's going to play in stereo.
That's true.
But it's going to be like behind you, but then
That's
it's going to
true.
feel like it's playing sound above you.
Yep,
You know,
that's how
all
surround sound works.
that. Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about sound. We're here to talk about Pixar.
But Pixar, it did not start out, like I said, as Pixar. It was when Disney bought it.
Of course, they freaking
Let's
did.
see. Yeah, in 1982, when Disney bought it, then it became Pixar.
Pixar Animation.
Pixar Animation Studios.
Oh.
And Pixar has come out with a lot of movies, and this is only a few of them.
Oh yeah, Pixar has done a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah. And one thing, so the new movie that came out, the new Pixar movie for this year, Elemental.
Elementals, yeah.
Yeah. One thing people have been criticizing for it, which never used to be an issue with Pixar movies
Yep.
in the past few times, is, oh, the animation is trying to look too realistic. I was like,
That's the point. It's supposed to look realistic.
okay,
what we
let me
want,
explain to you that most animation studios have their own specific style of animation. Pixar has gone for realistic. Illumination has gone for kind of a bubbly design.
That's true.
You know, you can say it about all different companies.
Yeah, Illumination made Minions, and you can tell it's all a lot of circles.
Well, that's
and
basically where it
spheres.
started. Then they had a lot of other movies branch
That's
from it,
true.
like Secret Life
But
of
they have,
Pets.
they have their own animation style. Pixar is trying to go realistic animation. Yeah,
Which I wouldn't even call Elemental realistic because it's
it's
elements. It's fire, water, earth, air.
Yeah.
It's not even realistic, but they're like, oh, it looks. It really doesn't. If we're talking about something that looks realistic, kind of quote unquote, is the Lightyear movie.
That's true.
I will say, besides the lesbian part, which a lot of people criticize,
Disney there was
for,
a whole argument that happened
yeah.
when that movie came out. So
Oh yeah,
we were like,
but if you look past that, Lightyear was actually pretty decent.
Decently
Not
good
gonna
movie,
lie.
yeah.
If you look past that part,
Yeah.
Lightyear was pretty decent.
I haven't watched the movie, but that's the reason I haven't watched the movie. is
Yeah,
that one part.
that was the whole reason I didn't go. When I learned about the lesbian part, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I want my vision of the Toy Story franchise to be unstained, like by any part. So
Basically, what Lightyear was, it was the movie that Andy watched when he got Buzz as a toy, basically.
right, so why is Andy watching films that have this content in them? Seriously, like
That is a great question.
because if this film came out when Andy watched it, which would have been like 2004 or whenever,
Oh, no.
Before that?
This was 99.
99, nobody would have released that movie. In
Okay,
99
actually, let's
with
look
that
real
part.
quick. No.
that part in the 50s?
No. I'm wrong. The second Toy Story movie came out in 99.
So the first one was before
The
that.
first one was like 97 or 98.
Even worse, like 97 and 98. There's no way that a movie like Lightyear would have been as
Yeah,
popular.
the first Toy Story movie came out in 1995.
There's no way that a movie like Lightyear would have been popular in 1995.
But can I just say,
Popular
animation
enough.
in 1995 to look as good as Toy Story did?
Yeah.
I mean, Pixar was like, people can have animation that looks this good.
Pixar, the original Toy Story movie was kind of a leap ahead during, like, ahead of its time during the 95 era.
And one thing I'll say, especially about how newer animation goes, newer Elemental movie, you know, I like watching, you know, for the story and all that. But one thing that I've also been paying attention to is how the animation works. And while water is pretty simple, the main character, Ember, the way... Well,
Ember is the fire one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
The way they had to animate her was like so weird. Well, not weird, but really interesting because how the fire in her head had to keep going all the time.
That means that the file sizes for this movie were ginormous.
Oh, they were huge. They were ginormous. And Pixar is animating these movies, as far as I can see, in like 60 frames per second.
Oh, because here's the thing. If it's anything like the fire animations for Anger from Inside Out, those files must have been like tens, if not hundreds of terabytes in size.
But then we go to a bunch of other movies like Soul.
Soul, I don't think I've seen Soul.
Soul was actually fairly decent.
What? Wait, hold on. The name sounds familiar. Is it
Soul? It's about the piano teacher.
Yeah. Haven't seen it, but I watched a
trailer.
A person who talked through the movie and said, "Okay, this is what's going on. Let me explain the story." But I hadn't watched the film itself. Might go actually watch the film. It was pretty good explain. Although it was sad. Like the way it ended was sad.
Yeah.
So
it was kind of depressing.
It was along the lines of my favorite Pixar movie of all time, Up. Not quite as sad as Up. Up kind of like Soul was sad in a sad way. Up was sad in a good way, if you could call it that. Like the end fulfilled, like unlike other movies,
they feel like a puzzle was solved.
Like everything was fine and fixed by the end. The house landed perfectly where it was supposed to on the hill. Everything, like I watched that movie today and I still get emotional when I watch Up. I'm like, Up is truly a masterpiece.
Oh yeah. In 2009. Even.
In 2009, yeah. Oh,
that makes me feel old.
True, but also it's a childhood movie that will never die.
Yeah. But one thing that a lot of people have said, so we're going to talk about like newer Pixar, but with Elemental coming out, you are so dumb.
I'm going in for another shot, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we're going to wait for his reaction.
Yep, just going. If I were to describe, well, let me read to you what's in this. Grains of paradise from West Africa, I don't know how to say. Classic bark, almonds, licorice. I don't get the almonds and licorice. What I get is pine. Is pine in here? Juniper berries. That's the pine. That's where I'm. Okay. Anyway, very interesting. Very small. Actually, you know, I need to have another thing ready to go because it's gonna burn. All right, cushion. Okay, so you want to rinse it down while you're swallowing the first one, get another big swig of something good in your mouth.
Or just mix it.
Oh. Anyway,
it's so much
easier. We're not here to talk about that. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
So, with Elemental coming out, it's
still, my throat is still like, why do you do this to yourself? Anyway, continue.
All right, for future episodes, we are not having alcohol anymore because it is
That's
a
fine.
huge distraction.
That's fine. Sorry, continue.
So,
Continue. I'm just
anyway,
trying to fill
so with the new movie Elemental coming out, I've heard it's really controversial.
So have I, because I'm not sure exactly why actually, but yes, I've seen a lot of headlines that are like, "Oh, will the movie get banned?" Like a bunch of weird like headlines.
Because a lot of people said, "Oh, everything's like so inappropriate." Like there's one scene where the second main character, Wade, does some like questionable moves, like when he does toot toot, he shakes his butt. And you're like, "Oh, that's inappropriate." I'm like, "No, it's not. Water just
Water does
moves like that."
That's true. Also, another thing that's going to be inappropriate. I foresee so many headlines with this. The new Barbie movie that's going to come out.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's PG-13. It is not a child's film, but it has Barbie on it. So many Karens are going to take their little children to watch this movie in theaters.
Oh my gosh.
How is this allowed in a children's film? It literally came out specifically saying we are not a children's film. And it's
Fun fact. Did you know theaters can actually request identification that kids
true.
going in are over 13 going to watch a certain movie?
That's
Believe
why it's
it or
called
not,
PG-13. You have to be over 13 to go watch it. Yeah.
R-rated movies, after a certain period of time, you have to be 18 or older
That's true.
to go watch it.
That's true. So
yeah,
I'm 21. I don't care. Anyway, Pixar.
So I thought the movie was good. The story, it could have been better, but it's fire, water. Somehow, they fall in love, and then they find a new element, steam.
That's kind of what happens when you put fire and water together. You get steam.
Yeah, because fire instantly cools, and the water's heating up rapidly. Steam.
Thank you for today's science lesson. Anyway, yes. So, but steam is not an element. It's water vapor.
It's basically a reaction between two elements.
So it's not an element of it in and of itself, but
one thing that
whatever. Yeah.
I really like that they put in is whenever Ember would stand on like crystals or whatever of certain colors, she would change color. Which I like the fact because that kind of refers to like how fireworks were made.
Yeah, fire. You can spray. Copper in fire is green. Sulfur in fire, I think, is like deep red.
I think
red.
so. Deep red or light red, one of the two. It's a red color.
It's a very interesting thing.
Yeah. The way they added that in, I like the way they added that in.
It's very nice.
But another franchise I want to talk about that's really controversial now that we have all three movies is Cars.
Oh,
the first Cars movie.
Amazing.
People lost their minds when that movie came out in 2006.
2006 too. Like that was a good 2006. That was a good film. Like I want to go back to 2000. Like if I ever, here's the thing. Future me, if time travel ever gets invented, come back and listen to this episode. One of the many things I'm gonna create a time traveling list. One of the things is to go back to 2006 and watch Cars in theaters.
Oh, you could actually rent out a theater and play your own movie.
Same.
It's not the same, but you can rent out a theater and play your own movie in the theater. So if you wanted to, you could rent out a theater, bring your own Blu-ray disc of Cars, and watch Cars in the theater in a full surround sound.
That's true. Still not the same, though, as going to a 2006. That you realize how much theaters have changed from 2006 to now? 2006 is like almost over 15 years ago. I think. Yeah. So
you also got to understand the Regal Cinema that's next to my house really hasn't changed since that point.
Because nobody cares. AMC though has changed a lot though.
AMC, well, okay. The place that's near our house hasn't changed, but if you go to other Regal Cinemas further away, like in Castleton, Noblesville, those are updated Regal Cinemas. They have the recliners, the nice seats.
The Regal that we went to watch Mario for the third time that we went, that one time where it was like the last showing at 9 p.m. or whatever. It was a 2006 style room. The seats had cushions, but they were those like really like those old like metal bottom.
AMC is more than modern theaters.
That's true. That Regal Theater was pretty 2006.
But here's my biggest gripe, and I know a lot of people would agree with me in the Cars franchise, Cars 2.
Cars 2.
Why on earth did that come out in the franchise?
Good question. Probably
Because if you
money.
watch Cars 1 and 3 and you don't watch Cars 2, you're not going to miss out on anything.
So what was Cars 2? I forget. I watched
Cars
the first
2 was
one,
basically Mater became a spy, pretty much.
and that's it.
Basically, when Cars 2 came out, spies were like a really popular thing.
When
like,
was two?
oh,
Hold on. When was 2000? When was Cars 2 released?
2011.
2000. Quantum of Solace, I believe, 2011. Quantum of Solace was a 007, a James Bond film.
And they're like, oh,
It's like, okay,
James Bond.
that makes sense.
Let's make that
makes
in
sense.
Cars. We'll be really
Yeah,
popular.
because 2008 was Casino Royale, and then its sequel, Quantum of Solace, was 2011. And I think there was a whole, like, because here's the thing. The last Bond films before that was, like, early to mid-90s, and nothing had been happening until 2008 with this one.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
But then Disney took it like, oh, yeah, let's make a James Bond of Cars.
How the flip did you get out?
Yeah.
Did I forget to close the other door, Addie Mae?
Just as a point of what happened, one of the dogs usually get locked up.
Yeah, we closed the dogs in the other room, closed the
And
door, and
one of the dogs just walks around the
walks
island.
around the corner of the island. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I knew I was supposed to be locked up, but here I am. She's
Hello,
fine. She
Addie.
doesn't bark.
She's all right. Sorry, no holes in any doors shown through. Just one of the doors has a weak magnet, so if the dog really wanted to, they could have nosed the door open. So that's pretty simple. Anyway, Cars 2 doesn't fit.
It doesn't really fit at all. It could have been a movie by itself. Cars 3 was pretty decent.
I did watch Cars 3.
Cars 3 was pretty good.
Was it Cars 3 that was in the racing circle, or was that Cars 1?
That was both.
Both. Okay. Because I remember.
So
one
are
of
you
them...
asking, is a movie that Lightning sees that he's not able to keep up, or Lightning knew and he wins every race?
I'm saying which one where there's the car pope that shows up. Which one is that?
That's
one?
Cars 2.
Cars 2.
Yes.
Interesting, because somebody posted a picture on Threads, the new Instagram app, and posted I probably have seen this somewhere else before, but it was a picture of the car pope and said, if there's a pope in Cars, just remember that Pope Jesus died for your sins. There was a car Jesus that died for everyone's sins. If there's a pope in Cars. And I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense, actually.
Yeah, and I remember when Cars 3 came out, I watched it in theaters. I'm looking here, 2017.
Yeah, so 2017 was a good...
It's been 6 years since that movie came out.
I'm old. Oh, God.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
But it is. Dang. 2017 was 6 years. I'm old. I'm so old.
Hang on, I'm looking at something here.
Okay, he's looking at something here real quick. What are you looking at? What are you looking
I
at?
don't know if this is correct or not.
Okay, what are you
Because
looking
it's
at?
saying Lightyear came out in 22.
What, 2022?
Yeah.
I think that sounds right.
So that means Pixar came out with 2 movies in 2022.
What was the second one?
Turning Red.
Right.
So they came out with 2 movies.
That were both somewhat garbage. Because Turning Red was not
Turning
that
Red
good.
was...
Turning Red was worse than Lightyear, I would say. Like like with Lightyear, you have the one part that's questionable. Turning Red, the whole thing is bad.
Just like, what?
It's
Like,
we have
it's a
anger
lot of
management
things like
issues.
questioning, like, what?
Yeah,
Why?
anger management issues. Anger management. If you turn into a big thing, into a big monster, that like, it's fine if you have anger management issues. There is the Incredible Hulk. If you're worried about anger issues turning into a big monster, there's several movies in which that already exists. Why create something this garbage? Just go watch the Hulk movies. That's better. It has the same premise.
Have you seen Onward?
Onward? No, I don't think so.
Onward was pretty decent. It
which-
came out in 2020, so during the
Okay.
pandemic.
So no, I don't think anybody went to theaters and watched a lot of movies
No, most
during
of the
pandemic.
theaters were closed. Then
Yeah.
2020 is when everybody was pushing to get everything online
Out.
on
Yeah.
you know,
Streaming
streaming
services and so on.
services, all that. Most movies didn't even come out in theaters. They just went straight to a streaming service.
Which is why I think that 2020, like, a lot of good movies got lost during 2020 because nobody went to theaters to watch them.
Actually,
They just
okay,
went
this
straight
is
to
kind of
streaming.
off Pixar, but the movie that I watched last night, it's so weird. I want to say ammonia, but it's not. It's
Okay.
Amona, I think.
Amona? Okay.
So that movie was originally being made by 20th Century Fox and Blue Sky Studios.
Yep.
Disney bought 20th Century Fox, as most people know,
Yep.
and Blue Sky.
Piece of crap, Disney. Why are you buying everything?
And the pandemic also happened.
Yep.
So the movie was gone, and 75% of it was done.
Yep.
So it was just locked away. Nobody had touched it for 2 years.
Yep.
And then Netflix found it. It was like, hey, we're going to buy the rights and finish the movie.
Yep.
And they finished the movie 3 years after they started it.
So can you notice a cut? Like, is there like a point
No.
3 years through the movie in which it's like, oh, this
No,
actor's
not at all.
older than they were 5 minutes ago?
No, because it was 75% done. All the recording, all that was done. They were still working on all the recording was done.
Everything. Okay.
So the
I was gonna
animation and editing, they were working
If they were
on them.
75%,
And then it was just
I was gonna say, if they were 75% through the recording, imagine like an actor is on screen and then like one scene later they show up and they're like 2 inches taller and you're like, what? Hold on, they were younger like 5 minutes ago.
and it was
What?
basically based off of a comic.
Mhm.
But here's one thing that's really questionable about it that I don't like.
Mhm.
I started getting gay vibes.
Go on.
So it started out with one of the guards, well, not guards, knights,
Knights,
being
yeah.
like, I love you. You know, I thought it was like, I love you, brotherly love. And
If
then
this
it
movie
kept
came out-
going
if
on
this
and
movie
on.
came out in modern times, it wasn't just brotherly.
But then I was like, Then right at the very end, I got the full grunt of gay. I'm like,
what did they make out or something?
no, they kissed.
Same thing. It's just. Here's the thing. When was this movie set in? Like Middle Ages?
Oh no, keep in mind, this was based on a comic book that came out
Okay.
many years ago.
But what time period was it set in?
Oh,
Because anything older than 2000 and
no. This was set in like way into the future.
in the future.
This was like 2080, 2090,
Okay, then it's fine then. I
so
was gonna
way in the
say,
future.
If it was set in like the Middle Ages or something.
No.
anything before
Like
1920
flying cars, fancy.
Okay, I was gonna say
futuristic-
yeah, but what I was trying to say is anything like if it was set any time before the 30s or whatever, they would have been like severely punished, if not imprisoned and or killed for doing stuff like that. Just saying, like the history of like homosexuality is weird because you get like 30 years ago you would have been institutionalized. 40 years ago you would have been fined and imprisoned. 100+ years ago you would have been hanged. And yeah, so really odd. Not that I have a problem with it, but I also have a big problem with it.
Yes.
Just saying, why like we do not care. Keep this out of our films. There, you put this stuff in your films. And
It's
then
so
you
funny.
wonder
They're like,
why.
oh yeah, it's gonna make it more popular, but then
No.
when they see the movie, they actually lose.
That's true.
Money.
They're like, they put this. They think, oh, this is a modern issue. Let's put it in a movie. And they're like, why aren't we getting money? Why aren't people going to the theaters? to watch
because
it?
there is a way less percentage of gay and lesbians and LGBTQ people than there are normal people. So
That's
when
true.
normal people like
Straight people,
this
yeah.
is being sent out to all different countries and all that.
That's true.
A lot of those countries think that's not okay.
Yeah, that's true. Especially Middle Eastern countries, they get a hint.
They get a hint of it, and they're like,
get this
Banned.
get this
Banned.
out of our country. Yeah.
banned, like almost immediately.
Any country that has a big Muslim population, banned.
Banned immediately.
Get this out of here.
All right, I am trying to find the movie because
What are you
I
trying
am
to? Oh, the
stupid.
movie. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Let me know when you found it. I'm
Winnie
gonna pause until you.
the
found
what?
it. All right, you found the movie. You said.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So
What's it called?
Nimona.
Nimona. Okay.
That's what it's called.
So it sounds like a disease that you catch.
Yes.
Sorry, your child has pneumonia. Oh no. Anyway,
when was time set?
when was it set in? Because
I know it was way into the future because it was like
flying cars. Now here's the thing. Speaking of flying cars, I want to add this in before we get to the end of the episode. Did you know that there are actual flying cars these days?
They're not.
There's a company.
How do I put this? There are companies doing it, but it's not
widely. It's expensive.
It's not
extremely.
widely accepted.
But a lot of headlines just got popped up that a company in the United States got Flight Administration, FAA or whatever, approval to start producing flying cars in the United States.
Yeah.
And these cars have 110 mile reach. They can fly for that far.
Yeah.
Cool. The cars cost $300,000 each. So it's like, I might as well buy a house instead of that car.
Exactly.
So we're still
most people who are in that kind of market are smart and not buy one of those.
That's true. So we're a good 50 years out before these things get more practical and
to be honest,
cheaper.
they're never going to be practical.
That's true.
Because most people are not going to have that kind of money.
That's true. And money is only going to get more expensive. Well, money expensive. Stuff is going to only get more expensive with inflation into the future. So waiting doesn't guarantee that stuff will be cheaper in the future. It actually could be the opposite. It could be more expensive.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
This has kind of been, it had a topic of Pixar, but it was, a lot of side trails.
One last thing. I know we had mentioned Up before, but give me your top 3 Pixar films.
Top 3 Pixar films. We're gonna go 1, Cars.
1, Cars. Not your Up is not your favorite Pixar film?
It's not, but it's definitely up there.
Okay, so number 1, Cars.
All right, number 2, I could put a few there.
Up, maybe.
Up would definitely be one of them. It's another Ratatouille.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Ratatouille. I love that. I would.
Ratatouille was a fantastic.
Oh
movie.
yeah, fantastic.
Oh, I hear I got something for. No! Spit that out right now!
It's all right. Let's get it. Yes, Ratatouille.
Oh
amazing,
my gosh,
fantastic,
amazing film. I'm probably gonna have to go with Ratatouille.
Okay, for number 2.
For number 2,
and then number 3.
Number 3, I'd probably have to put Up.
Okay, here's my top 3. Up is 1. Ratatouille 2nd, Toy Story, the original Toy Story would be 3rd for me. So that is all the time we have for today's episode.
Thank you guys for joining on another episode.
Yes.
We will have another episode up next Wednesday, next week, whatever time it comes out. It'll come out sometime Wednesday, so be looking for it. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.